I had a proper chance to listen to this song. It's actually quality.
It is a really good song.
Fozzy I never have a chance to actually sit down and listen to Fozzy, but they're incredibly underrated as a rock
I got
band.
to see them live at Download one year, and
Did
I
you?
loved it.
Oh,
it was
my,
great.
can only imagine, man.
Oh, so good.
Yeah.
So good.
Anyway, first of all, Roderick Strong taking on Eric Young. There's one joke I forgot to bring up actually about Eric Young that I should have mentioned in the news. If Mae Young, if a Mae Young classic ends up sticking to that, and Eric Young ends up leaving WWE for whatever reason, does that mean that Eric Young has to be called Eric then, like at some stage if he's in the Indies?
Yeah, he just has to go back as Eric.
That's what I mean.
Just Eric. That's his name now. Just Eric.
Just Eric, or just yeah. So
Eric, not so young.
Oh well.
Eric old.
Well,
Eric Youthful.
Would you want that name?
Eric Youthful.
Eric. Yeah, Eric. I don't know.
Eric Infant.
Eric Infant, I like. Anyway, pre-match, Strong said that Young made a huge mistake mooching his family. He mentioned in the NXT before that, I think it was, where like bringing up his baby and his fiance. During the entrance, Strong attacked Dean and Wolf at ringside before the match. Started 1-on-1 between Strong and Young. Sanity regained the momentum of the match after Dean crossbodied Stump at ringside. Nice shots when Strong gave Young on the top rope the jumping knee that caused Young to fall into Dean and Wolf. That was pretty cool. And Strong won the match with a Messiah backbreaker or a suplex backbreaker. That was some move actually. Yeah. That can really hurt a man if it goes wrong. And for Young to win, that's Eric Young's first pinfall loss now in NXT. Like so. Yeah. So it's definitely so. With his momentum now, what do you think is next for him?
He's going for the title.
He has to be. He's been talked highly about from all the guys now and behind the scenes, especially Regal.
I kind of know some things as well.
Oh, do you?
The NXT tapings were last night.
Don't tell me a damn thing.
I'm not going to tell you that.
Well, I'll
tell you at the break.
Let's say, tell me at the break. Probably easier. Tyler Bate and Pete Dunne, WWE UK title.
I was right. Match of the weekend.
By a country mile as well.
Quality match.
Speaking of calls, you were flawless in this whole cards. Everything you called in this. Yeah. Everything.
Especially the bit at the end.
We'll get to that shortly, but especially that. Yeah. Credit where it's due.
I tried to get extra points for the prediction. For that, I couldn't get it.
Oh, you've beaten you know what? You've beaten me at everything this year. Last year I beat you at everything. Now you're beating me at everything. And listen, I'm not slating you for it. You deserve it. Like credit where it's due.
Oh yeah.
JR was on commentary for the match. That was pretty cool.
Made it even better.
Oh yes. What do you think of Dunne and Bates' new themes? I like Dunne's new theme a lot. Actually,
Dunne's new theme is good. I don't like Bates. I prefer his old one.
The whole do.
Yeah, I don't like it.
But I think
it's called Integral. I think it is
something like that. Yeah,
or Inaugural.
Yeah, something like that. But Bates' team, Dunne's team that suits him so well. Yeah, perfectly. In fact, it's do. Excellent chain wrestling from both men. Terrific mannerisms from Dunne. He's brilliant at that. Actually, a few unexpected moves from Bates, like the standing shooting star press. A fantastic a faster spin than usual, like when he has him up on his shoulders, and that was
he didn't stop and go and then go again. He just kept going and going and going
fast as he can.
Yeah.
And his Asaya moonsault and his corkscrew 450. The man can do a corkscrew 450.
The thing that the one move, and it's probably you wouldn't have noticed it, but that really I thought just wowed me was Dunne tried to throw him into the ropes, but then he just seemed to bounce off his shoulders or something and came back.
Yeah, I seen him do that. He did that in the UK tournament. I think it was against Jordan as well, where he did that too. Again, I could be wrong.
Unbelievable.
It's amazing what he's capable of. The crowds were really into the match. Obviously, they were chanting UK. It was pretty awesome.
And fight forever,
especially after Bate kicked out of Dunne's suplex sit-down powerbomb. Yeah. Dunne won after capitalising on Bates' dive off the top rope, which seemed to land badly, but he actually elbowed him, which is kind of ironic considering the debate from last week, isn't it?
Yeah.
And gave Bate his bitter end finisher to win the match and become the UK champion. And
it's the right. I love Tyler Bate and I hate seeing him lose, but it was the right decision to have Dunne take the title.
As incredible as Tyler Bate is as a wrestler, and Dunne said it himself. He said it and went on record saying that the best two guys he's been in the ring with is Mark Andrews and Tyler Bates, and it shows why. The matches they have are phenomenal, absolutely phenomenal. And again, these two just pulled it out of the park. But that said, though, Pete Dunne, is by far and away the most he's one of the most over heels in wrestling. Never mind WWE, in wrestling, because the man can do no wrong and he still gets a pop.
Yeah,
and it shows there, and everyone has given so much high to the praise. If Stone Cold Steve Austin says high stuff about it, and stuff like Jim Cornette is saying stuff about it,
everybody loves it.
If Jim Cornette says something good about it, then it's doing well.
Meltzer released his ratings for NXT and Backlash.
What did he give this
and
match?
That got, what was it, 4 stars and 1/4 or something like that.
4.25.
He's gone into like really in-depth things now.
Yeah.
It was the highest rating of the weekend.
Yep, makes sense. Makes sense. I would have given it personally higher than that, but it's definitely match of the year.
4.5, I'd say.
Yeah.
No, I think he gave it 4 3/4. Did he?
4.75.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
I think so.
Makes sense. Maybe if it was a bit longer, he would have given it a 5-star. Who knows?
I didn't think it needs to be any longer.
Yeah, for me it was a spot on match anyway. Asuka versus Nikki Cross versus Ruby Riott for the NXT Women's title. Nice technical wrestling from Asuka, which the thing is, we see so much about. We don't see her wrestle as often as we usually do, sometimes we don't see how great her wrestling is as opposed to her strikes.
Yeah.
But again, we were back to remember then afterwards. Terrific use of mannerisms from Nikki. Great toughness showed by Ruby, I thought, as well. Like, she is really, she can really take a bump. Like, remember that drop kick she took when she jumped off the rope, I think, in the last NXT takeover? Yeah. Not many women can do that.
When she landed badly though as well.
Yeah, but to get up, to do that and get up, enough said. It was a good match. Asuka pinned both Ruby and Asuka at the same time to retain the title after a running knee to Nikki. The finish seemed a bit strange to me. Do you get that feeling?
Just trying to show how dominant the champ is, that she can pin both of them.
Maybe. Apparently now she's beaten Goldberg's records.
She has. He did it during the week.
So yeah, congratulations.
So that's it. Now she's gonna lose.
Ember Moon.
The next takeover, if she's facing Ember Moon, that's it.
That's it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Now Bobby Roode's against Hideo Itami. I was a bit surprised this match was not the main event. Were you? Or considering what you predicted in the finish, were you surprised?
As soon as I saw that match come out next, I knew why.
Really?
Yeah.
I would have thought because
there's no way what happened in the last match. There's no way the NXT title could follow that.
That's very true. That's very true, I suppose.
Yeah. Great
Great use of strikes from Itami. That slap from Itami, by the way. The way he slaps people in the face, he can really do that effectively. Yeah. The crowds didn't seem too into the match for some reason. Maybe they were burnt out from the UK match. Maybe
it could have been.
Yeah.
I loved it.
Oh, it was nice.
I love the match.
Terrific match.
I thought it was great. It's just the fact that both, they just sell so well their injuries too.
Oh yeah, like I was just saying, like Rude seemed to hurt his left shoulder and Itami's hurt his ankle, or it seemed after Rude fought through the pain to give Hideo Itami the lower CT, but he kicked out, and Rude gave the GTS, but he fell out the ring and brought Itami into the ring. And then Rude won the match after countering the GTS with 2 consecutive that was fantastically done, by the way. 2 consecutive glorious CDTs to retain the title in a very good match. So again, brilliant selling in that match and a beautiful finish.
Exactly.
So what do you think is next for Hideo Itami at this point? Did you see what happened to him
I'm
when
not going to say anything because I know.
Okay.
Sorry. I just do.
I haven't read into the spoilers this week, so I won't get into it. Now, the main event.
Did you see the video at the end of
I did.
NXT,
I was going to mention, so I presume it just what you've seen might imply to that.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I'll say no more. The AOP versus DIY for the NXT Tag Team titles in a ladder match. Some great ladder spots in this match, especially Ciampa and Gargano splashing at Akeem and Razor from the ladders outside the ring, and Razor being suplexed from the top of the ladder onto Ciampa and another ladder. Just crazy how some of the spots go. Paul Ellering cost Gargano the match when it looked like he might win, only for Ellering to get super kicked by Gargano.
Just going back to that, when they jumped off the really tall ladder and put the guys through the
ladder, yeah.
I've never seen 2 guys over jump that before. They both over jumped it.
What do you mean?
They over jumped the dive onto them. Gargano nearly cleared. I think it was Akeem or Razor, one of them. I can never really tell the difference.
I don't know which one. It's like the Usos or something like that. We don't know which one's name is which.
I know, but they do look different. But they're not. They're melded into one sort of thing. But,
sort of, yeah.
But yeah, Gargano nearly missed him. First of all, didn't break the ladder, and then Ciampa was hit at a wrong angle, and he nearly landed on his head and broke his neck.
Yeah, that looks last year, right? Yeah. So
I think the fact that the ladder broke saved him.
Really?
Yeah. I think if he bounced off the ladder. If it didn't break, he bounced off
far worse.
Akam and onto the ground. I think that would have been lights out.
Ouch.
And I know he already injured himself with his ankle the night before. So
there you go. DIY were close to winning the titles until AOP pulled the ladder away from DIY as they held onto the titles, where AOP double powerbombs DIY before climbing the ladder.
That finish.
It was a good finish.
Brilliant.
Great finish, yeah.
Fantastic.
Can't complain. Yeah, and it shows how it's this close and still nothing.
Yeah.
And the power of AOP just took over as they unlocked the titles to retain them. Now, after the match, looked like they were going to walk away to a huge ovation for their efforts. Ciampa attacked Gargano on the stage with several knee strikes before time bombing him through the announce from off the announce table onto several tables below, as Ciampa just sat on the announce table as Gargano was treated for paramedics. That was, well, I know you saw this coming, but realistically, was it still shocking to look at?
I feel dirty. Even getting it right, I still feel dirty.
I don't blame you whatsoever, man.
It was the most painful thing to watch because
how could he? How could he? This is John. These guys were. These guys said, right, and they went on record in saying this under Sterling when they were first challenging for the tag team titles against the Revival. They are like the only people. Johnny Gargano said you probably see him more, if not as often, as my wife.
Yeah.
And for him to say, and then for this to happen, it's just
I know.
So, it's heartbreaking.
It was heartbreaking, and then I thought back to the Cruiserweight Classic,
right, and
the match they had at the Cruiserweight Classic,
which was one of the best matches of the year.
It was the best match of the Cruiserweight Classic.
Not
besides. I think it was the best match.
In my opinion, it was second behind Alexander and Ibushi. Yeah. In my personal opinion, but it's definitely up there. It's a very close seconds.
And just to think the matches that they'll have.
Oh my god!
And especially when there's like passion behind it. Not saying that there wasn't passion behind the CWC match, but there's motive now.
Definitely. And you always got the sense, though. Even looking at the recent promos, if there's ever a likelihood of this to happen, it would have been from Ciampa. You ever notice some of his mannerisms? He doesn't look as happy. He's like,
but that's why he's got the name Psycho Killer.
There you go. Maybe it's just his natural mannerism why he's always like that. Then, and you look back to the match when he was so reluctant to shake even his hands and stuff like that. Yeah. I'd be really. I'll tell you what.
And the fact that Gargano saved him during the match as well from getting the ladder to the face.
I remember that. Yeah.
Yeah. And I think it's just a testament to how good Gargano or Ciampa is as well. That he had a serious ankle injury and he worked that match so well,
perfectly. Here's the biggest question. This is probably the biggest question of this weekend. What's a bigger shock, this or what we'll talk about later on the Backlash? You know what I'm talking about.
I say it's Backlash.
You think so?
Well,
do you say that only in the strength that you saw this coming?
I'm saying it because of that. I saw it coming. And also, I didn't want to believe that the other thing at back. Well, we can say it, Jinder. I didn't think the Jinder thing was going to happen.
Yeah,
I know, there was building up and blah blah blah, and the bookies were saying that he was favouring stuff, but I still didn't think they'd do it this soon.
There you go.
And we'll get into it in a couple of minutes. So we'll see. But I still think the Jinder shock was a bigger shock to me personally, because I saw the DIY thing coming and I didn't necessarily see the Jinder thing coming. But a lot of people didn't see the DIY thing, so they will say that's the biggest shock. And fair enough. Yeah.
Now, before we move on to that, what do you think is next for Offers of Pain now at this stage? Now the DIY, which
heavy
is
machinery.
Probably.
Heavy machinery are getting built so much. So I think they're going to be the next. And we're going to see some really physical matches with those.
They're definitely
they definitely can,
physically the most legitimate opponents to face.
Exactly.
So that should be a very interesting contest.